Hey everyone, welcome back to Iguana Gaming. I'm the Iguana, and today we are playing some ARK Survival Evolved Mobile Edition. Now today, guys, we are out and about, and guys, you will never believe what I've found over here. It is a level 140 female baryonyx. Now that is darn high. This guy is also level 100, which is also very high, considering that most of the baryonyx I've found so far have been in the level like 40s and 50s. But that 140 female, that is amazing, and I am going to tame that, guys, because I really want a creature that is capable of swimming and water combat, because very soon here I'm hoping to be able to get into building a dock and taming a few more water tames, moving into the oceans a little bit, just to kind of check out those creatures, because we haven't done that on this series yet, and I feel like I really wanted to do that this whole time. So now we're in a position where we might actually be able to do that, but first, I am definitely going to need a creature that can handle being in the water, and so, where did she go? Alright, it might be a little bit tricky. Oh, there she is. Okay. So that's her right there. Now I'm hoping this works. She is a little bit far away from me to make this shot. Oh, there we go. Perfect. Now hopefully we can lure her out of the water just fine. Beautiful. And I'm hoping she goes out very quickly. Now what's really lucky about this is that she's such a high level, and we are, of course, near a lot of fish, which makes it pretty easy to go and track her and try to basically get her tamed up with the fish meat like they require. Oh no. Game freezes. I don't like them. Okay. Oh no, I can't see her. She is running, which is interesting. So that was pretty fast. Now, unfortunately, I don't have a good shot at her from here. I'm kind of hoping she will come out of the water for me. Maybe? Oh, she's gonna be a problem. Okay. I'll follow her a little bit. Hopefully she comes up onto dry land somewhere to go out. That would be ideal for just for keeping her safe from all of the mega piranha and things that like to spawn in the water. But anywhere I can knock her out really should be okay. I wish I could pick her up. You're such a problem. Come here. And out she goes. Okay, hopefully this didn't ruin everything. Oh boy. I don't like when they do that. I just wanted to have him hover in the air. Let's go ahead and land him on this rock. Now, that other baryonyx might be a problem. We will see. I didn't think... I really hope that she's not going to drown. Okay, good. They don't have an oxygen stat. I was hoping they didn't, but I wasn't quite sure. And this works out well, because now I can just kill all of the mega piranha in the area that come and try to eat me. And then I can feed their fish meat to her. That works out very well indeed. Alright, I'm going to kill this as well. And this as well. Basically everything that could possibly be a problem, I am going to take out. Okay, so we should be good there. Yes, and then I do have some fish meat now, and I can, of course, always get more. I'm going to go ahead and purchase a soothing bomb here, because she's too high level not to use one on, honestly. And actually, just in case, I think what I'm going to do is soothing balm her, and then take this implant, because I really... No, don't trust anything. I hope that he didn't hit her. Oh my goodness. That would be bad. Okay. You're still taming. Did you get hit? It looks like you might have gotten hit. Yes, okay, so she did take one hit. Overall, that's not, like, the worst thing in the world. It's not great, but it's not the worst thing in the world. So she'll still come out at a very high level, which I am pretty okay with, as long as she does, in fact, tame up at all. I think we'll be fine. Oh my goodness. All of the Mega Piranha are just such a problem. Here. They're everywhere over here. Which I should hardly be surprised by, since this is actually very close to a swamp, which is why Baryonyx do in fact spawn here. That does mean is I can give her all of the fish meat, and she should tame up relatively quickly. Now, I do want to keep an eye on that high-level male as well. I don't think I want to tame him. I don't think he's quite high enough level for that, especially since this female is level 140, but if he does come over this way, I'll either knock him out or tame him. We'll kind of see how that goes. Cool. Yeah, so I'm super excited, guys, because really what I want to do with this Baryonyx is find a good location for a water base, and then have the Baryonyx be like our very first water mount that we're going to use to go out into the ocean and do things. And also a note, guys, you may have noticed that I have a little bit of a different color on me today, and that is because here it is. I have finally completed 50 straight daily pursuits, and I have managed to get the Ultimacy skin graft, guys. And if you do not already have plans to get this, you absolutely should do it. It is totally worth the effort. It is beautiful. It casts this white glow of light around, so it makes everything super bright and really easy to see. I'm actually wearing the birthday skin suit specifically because I wanted to show this off, because it just looks so good. They did a really good job on this one. And it is 300 amber, which is pretty pricey in the in-game store, but that's less than half the price of the molten skin graft, which you get by doing the lava cave pursuit and then purchasing it from the store. So it's expensive, but it is not as expensive as the molten one, and it is in fact amazing. So save your amber, do the daily pursuits, which give you amber, and then you can eventually get one of these. And guys, totally worth it. Totally worth it. It just looks so good. Okay, so I'm actually going to check on her real quick. I hate getting in the water. I don't trust anything. Alright, about 40%. Okay, so I am going to go ahead and hang out here, keep an eye on her until she tames all the way up, and then I will bring you guys back when she's tamed up and we are ready to go and take her out for a test drive, and probably actually scout ourselves a good location for a water base. I think that's what I want to do today. Alright, so I will bring you guys back in just a few minutes here. Okay guys, we are back. Our Baryonyx is here at our Redwoods base. It's a little bit laggy over here, but we're going to go ahead and get a saddle on this one, and we're also going to go ahead and take a look at the stats now. It tamed out at level 199, which is not bad. It could have been better for sure, but that's still very close to 200, and with the first level up, it'll already be there. So the health is already pretty good. The stamina is really good. The weight is pretty good. The only thing I'm kind of disappointed by is that melee damage, which is only at 255. But it should be okay. I think this is going to be still a very good water mount starting off here. So what I think we're actually going to do is we're going to take this girl out for a test run. So we're actually going to run her around, although it probably would be faster to carry her with the RG. I do think I want to go and kind of explore. I think I'm going to put a base over on the east coast here of the island. I kind of want to put it near the swamp. I actually think that it would be really cool to have like a swamp castle right at the edge of the ocean, so I could get all of the water creatures kind of collected into one spot. The water still should be pretty deep for them, and yeah, it would be great. I'm super excited about it. So hopefully that will be something that we can do over there. That's kind of the area I'm aiming to get into. In the meantime, man, I just haven't used a Baryonyx since they were released. So it's been a couple of months here. So I am going to go ahead and just sort of play with this a little bit. There we go. I love the stun effect. Oh, it's so fun. Let's go ahead and just tailspin him again. There we go. I love that stun effect. It is so handy, especially against Mega Piranha or other big creatures that might be a problem. It really can help out a lot. And since baryonyx don't really have an oxygen meter, it makes them extremely useful for this kind of running around and generally causing a lot of havoc here. Alright, so actually she is a little slow. I think I actually have a spare bandana collar somewhere. Or I did. The bandana collar, it might be on the griffin. Darn it. Okay. Well, I do have a lot of spare collars on this particular server from getting gifts and just from wanting to try out a lot of the collars. So I will probably be putting some speed onto this thing because it's always good to be a little bit quicker and not have to worry about basically getting chased down by things that you could easily avoid. But yeah, I think it's still going to be good. This is a pretty cool berry. I think it's probably pretty quick. Yeah, it's pretty quick, and then it is, it doesn't do a ton of damage, as I was saying, but it's definitely going to be enough for what I want to use it for, which is essentially to get around quickly in watery areas and not have too much trouble with all of the creatures that can arise in the water. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and run over this way. And I probably won't actually set up a base today, but what we can do is go ahead and scout out the area a little bit. So we're going to head towards the swamp on the other side of the green obelisk here, and basically just test out this creature, maybe find a good base location. Then we're going to run this berry back to my base here above the green obelisk, just to keep her safe until we get the building started. So I do actually have plans for that. I've kind of started collecting materials for it, so you guys can look forward to that in the upcoming episodes. Hopefully it turns out okay, and hopefully it looks good. I'm really hoping. I've not actually done a water base here before, so it's going to be very interesting trying to figure out how to make a water base that works very well. My idea is basically to create like a low swamp castle with a good landing pad for flyers, so it's easy for me to go back and forth. And hopefully that works out as well as it does in my head, but we'll see. I'm not the best builder, as I've mentioned many times on the channel, but I do my best, and I do have a lot of fun with it, so I'm hoping this works out pretty well for all of that. Alright. Kind of gonna just run through all of the waterways here. Whoop, getting very laggy, oh my goodness. Alright, and then we should actually be okay to just run off of this waterfall and down into the swamp below. Yes, as I suspected. Beautiful. So this is also a very cool area if you've not kind of been over here. It's definitely very nice. Alright, can you... Alright, let's go ahead and kill these things because they're going to be in the way. Yeah, this baryonyx has a ton, just tons and tons of actual stamina, which is very, very nice. Now, I am a little worried about these capros pulling me off. Alright. Man, those actually died very quickly. That actually worked very well. I'm very pleased with this baryonyx. She's taken on quite a few creatures here and has a little bit of a dent in her health, but not so much so that I would worry too much about it. Now I am going to go ahead and level movement speed because I do hate being on creatures that are slow. Movement speed is a big thing for me on anything that's on the land or in the air. There we go. That's much better. Okay. We're going to go ahead and swim our way out here towards the coast. Should be able to avoid most of these things. I don't want to mess with the capros too much, partly because they can pull me off, and also partly just because they're more trouble than they're worth to actually fight. Yes. Okay. So we should be right there. Beautiful. Okay, so as you can see, the water does get very deep pretty much right here into this little area here. And so what I'm kind of hoping to do is maybe get a little bit of space here, get some gates, maybe block this off, and then build a very low castle sort of over the water here at the edge of the swamp, and I think that could be really cool. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to do that just yet, but I think it could be a really cool thing to do in this part of the area. I think it would be a good build. I can't see very much at this part of the water, so let's go ahead and... Alright, hopefully he doesn't jump us. And those jellyfish are also coming my way. The jellyfish are a little more concerning. I don't really want to mess with those. Unfortunately, we're a little bit slow. Can we move? There we go. Perfect. Alright. So the capra wasn't too much of a problem, but those jellyfish definitely would be. But you guys can kind of see there's like a little divot here. We could probably park a couple of smaller creatures there. We could park a big creature right outside. So there is space here to expand. And there's definitely space to build some pretty cool, like, a pretty cool build out here, I think. And I've always wanted to build in the swamp. Ever since I've been playing ARK on mobile, I've really wanted to build in the swamp. I started off my beta series near the swamp and have been kind of hating it but also loving it at the same time, and so I've been wanting to come back for quite a while. So I'm really hoping that this is finally the time and place for me to be able to do that. So as you can see, there's just like a ton of space here in this area, so it gets really deep really fast, and it's not too bad in terms of setting up a little area for underwater stuff. Maybe not the best, but definitely good. Alright, can we go up and get some air here? Alright, I'm definitely going to need to get myself a good set of scuba gear when I actually do get all of this set up. I think it's going to be pretty necessary. And I do also want to place an underwater revival platform, just because underwater stuff is really dangerous and it's really easy for underwater tames to get killed. So I'm going to be spending quite a bit of time over here trying to figure out exactly how I want to set this all up optimally. And you do have to place the underwater platforms pretty low down to keep, basically to keep everything from dying as soon as you revive it. Because if you place them too high, stuff will spawn out of the water when you revive it, and that can be kind of an issue. So there is kind of a flat shelf down there, and that's probably where I'll be placing a revival platform. Awesome. Yeah, man, I really like this area in the swamp. I kind of like that spot. I do wish there was like another bay here to build off of, because the hardest part about building on the water is finding a place to keep your tames. Now, the red obelisk is really, really good for that if you can block it off, but since we don't really allow building there, it's kind of an issue. This isn't too bad. There's a little bit of a shelf here where you could kind of park things. So this is possibly another option here, where it's a little bit more shallow, so you could still put gates up and have it be accessible from both the ocean and from land, but it is kind of a small space, so that is a little bit tricky. Oof, man, I am having some serious render issues here. Oh man, I cannot wait for the iOS update. It is supposed to come out, well, I guess it would be today by the time this video comes out. It should be out in a few hours, basically, and it, I feel, it's very long overdue, in my opinion. Not that the Wardrum team hasn't been busy, but man, I am getting really tired of the lag and the crashes, as I'm sure most people are on ARK, and hopefully this update is going to fix all of those things, because they have been saying it contains a lot of optimization fixes. So I'm really excited. I'm really glad that they're getting that out, and I think it's going to be really, really good for us. Okay, so yeah, guys, I guess that'll do it. So I think that we're actually going to build our base back in the swamp, dead center where it drains into the ocean. I think that's a really cool area for it. And in the meantime, I'm going to take this baryonyx over to my base right above the green obelisk, because that's the safest place to keep it for now. That's also close to where I actually want to build. Alright, so guys, if you did find yourself enjoying this video at any point, please do remember to hit that like button, because it seriously helps me out. And if you want to see more content like this, you can, of course, subscribe. Links to social media are in the video description down below, and I will catch you all in the next one. Signing off, this is the Iguana.